Hello, boys and girls. We have mail call. I got this from Old Path, and it is some sticker. It is a sticker. Whoops! I'm trying to look through this. I got this thing on my head. Look at this. Check out his channel. I'll put a link down below, hopefully. And thank you very much, brother. Thank you for the sticker. I hope your week's been going good. It's a little late. I've had this sticker for probably a week now, and just I don't know, I just hadn't got to it. I really apologize for that. But then I also had another request. Here is the bonus. Let me try to adjust this camera a little bit. I had a guy named Alan ask me. He got a slingshot from me and said, how do you tie on these bands? I broke my bands. Well, one, let's say this is how this here. I guess I could use your slingshot. I don't know which hand this is my left arm. I don't know which hand you hold it in, so I'm a left-hander. So you take your band, and the band you got, it probably has a mark, but if not, I go 100 to 110 millimeter. Let's see what that would maybe be on a normal ruler. Let's say a ½ inch, probably a ½ inch to I don't know, inch and a quarter, ½ inch to inch and a quarter. It kind of depends on your length of your arm and all that kind of stuff. I know I gave you kind of a generic band, but depending on which hand you put it in, but this band would go on the opposite side of your slingshot. So you'd take your band, you'd want to take your pouch like this. It's got a little pit pouch, pretty sure that's about what you got, and you'd want to be able to, these can either face up, face down. I guess it doesn't really matter. I've thrown them on both ways. At times I've even accidentally put it on wrong and got lazy and just shot it anyway. But you make sure these are, your pouch is one like this, and then you'd make sure they're both up, let's say like that, and then you'd have a mark. I think this one you can kind of lightly see the mark there, and since this is in my left hand, you'd want to go on the back side, and you take that there. Again, it just depends on how you're putting it on there, but you can line that line up to that corner like this. Okay, now I can't remember what you had in there. I don't remember if you had a piece of band. Like if you have an old band, you can slice them up to do this, and then I'd bought this stuff to try this stuff out. But you take your band, I like to hold it on the side like so, and you'd wrap your band around, let's say a couple times, you know, let's just say 3, you know, it doesn't really matter. You keep your finger held there. Now when you need a piece of string, I just am going to use this string because you need a piece of string. But you take your band, sorry, hopefully I'm catching this, I can't quite see in the camera, and you'd line that line up to the edge of that thing there. Sometimes I'll line it down here, just kind of depends. So you put that line on there, on the edge. Hopefully it's making sense, I don't talk real well. And then you'll wrap that band or this plastic stuff around, I don't know, 3-4 times. What was that, 3? Let's just say 4. And then you'll take this flap, and you'll lay that flap over like so. You don't necessarily, I suppose, have to, but it makes it look pretty. And then you'll throw that on a couple more times. We'll go that much there. Then you'll take your string, and you'll take, like, let's see, like this. Take your string, and this is gonna be really weird because this string's still up to that bucket. But you put your string on there like that and make a little loop like this. And then when you come back around, wrap that around 2-3 times. I got a lot of this stuff on there. We'll lay on another one, what the heck. Then you'll come back up through like this and stick this band or cord, whatever, through there. And you'll pull on this string like so to pull it underneath there. And when it gets like that, you leave a little tail out. You don't have to, but it makes it easier to to unhook, and there it is, right there. Your band is on. Now you don't want to pull it this way, you don't want to pull it this way. Always pull it away from you. So see how it'd be like that? You're pulling away. And if you trim this off, I'm not gonna right now, but if you leave a little tag out there, you'll be able to pull on this tag like so and be able to unhook your band real easy. Hopefully that helped out a little bit, Alan. I'm not a real good teacher, really, I guess, but hopefully that worked there, and that'll explain kind of how you do that. If you want, I could give you some areas to some different channels that are pretty good at explaining stuff if I didn't explain real well. And that's about all I have about that. Hopefully that worked, and hopefully you see this. But anyway, want to thank you again to the Old Path. There's a sticker. Like I said, I'll put a link down below. Thank you very much, brother, for the sticker. I need to get a sticker board going on. I haven't made that yet, but thank you very much, man. And I will see you later.